who hold on to goodness without strategy have already bowed as slaves.
Do you have the courage to hear what's forbidden and use it? Everything you were taught about how to live, how to be accepted, how to succeed, was designed to keep you weak. Be good, work hard, be fair, turn the other cheek. Sweet words but poisoned. While you played clean, the real winners were writing their own rules in the dark. While you waited for rewards for your sacrifice, they harvested power, wealth, and respect without asking permission. The most brutal part isn't that these truths exist. The most brutal part is that they've always been right in front of you, hidden under layers of morality, religion, and culture. Every time someone tried to reveal them, they were branded a monster, a heretic, a cynic. But look closely. Those monsters built empires. Machiavelli never invented anything. He only had the courage to write down what all the powerful practiced in silence. And if the price was to be called a demon, he accepted it without flinching. Today, I will not give you motivation. I will not tell you that the universe conspires in your favor or that goodness always prevails. I will show you what truly happens behind the curtain. The dark truths that rulers, leaders, and conquerors apply every single day. The only question that remains is this: will you go on believing that being a good person is enough to win in a game designed to devour you? Prepare yourself. The masks fall now. Truth 1. Everyone secretly classifies you. Even if they smile, even if they call you a friend, even if they share a table with you, everyone, without exception, has placed you on an invisible scale. Someone admires you. Someone barely tolerates you. Someone despises you in silence. And that classification determines whether they open doors for you, close them, or simply fake support while waiting for your fall. The brutal math of relationships is this: in every circle, someone is last. The one invited only out of obligation. The one excluded from important conversations. The one who becomes the topic when absent. Your friends judge you when you don't hear them. Your colleagues compare your achievements with theirs. Your relatives measure your failures to feel less like failures themselves. When you're down, they feel superior and play generous. When you're up, they get uncomfortable, competitive, and your success becomes a mirror reflecting their mediocrity. Never forget, you are not equal in anyone's eyes. Pretending you are is living deceived.
Love fades, compassion is forgotten, but the respect born of fear remains.
Truth 2. Playing the victim is the ultimate losing strategy. If you've suffered abuse, betrayal, manipulation, it wasn't random. You were selected. Your need to be liked, your fear of loneliness, your inability to set boundaries, they were like a beacon that attracted predators. Machiavelli already warned, wolves don't waste time on the alert. They attack the trusting, the naive, those who confuse attention with affection. Your misfortune didn't come because you're bad. It came because you projected vulnerability. The victim doesn't lose once. They lose in series. Their very energy attracts the next executioner. Until you heal what makes you eligible, you will keep asking why your life is filled with the same traitors wearing different faces. Truth 3. Everyone acts out their virtue. The colleague bragging about honesty. The friend posting photos helping strangers. The politician boasting about values. They are not virtuous. They are actors. True integrity needs no applause. True sacrifice needs no witnesses. The louder someone is about their goodness, the greater the shadow they're hiding. Society has turned virtue into spectacle. Likes, applause, retweets. But behind the curtain, many do exactly the opposite of what they preach. The one who preaches purity indulges in vice. The one who demands justice steals in private. The one who defends the weak humiliates their own at home. Iron rule. When someone flaunts morality too much, ask yourself what they're hiding. Truth 4. The nice guy is always prey to manipulation. If you never say no, if you carry others' burdens, if you'd rather look good than defend yourself, you're already marked. Manipulators don't need deep research. They only watch your patterns. If every time you hesitate, you end up giving in, they know how to get what they want. If you always absorb blame to keep the peace, they'll use you as a shield. If your need to please outweighs your dignity, you'll be a smiling slave. The nice guy doesn't end up last by accident. He's put there. Because goodness without limits is not goodness. It is slavery disguised. Truth 5. Love is temporary. Respect is eternal. Machiavelli knew it. Affection changes with the wind, but respect remains if there are consequences. Love evaporates when you stop meeting expectations. Respect is born when your absence weighs more than your presence. Those who only seek affection will be abandoned. Those who become indispensable will be feared to lose. The fear Machiavelli spoke of was not terror, it was respect. The respect given to those who have value, who control resources, who no one wants to lose. Love is conditional. Respect is structural. Truth 6. Your greatest rival shares your bed. Love is alliance, but it is also power. The person who sleeps beside you knows your weaknesses better than anyone. Your fears, your insecurities, your secrets. That knowledge can be a refuge or a deadly weapon. The partner who shares your life can lift you upward or destroy you without anyone noticing. Who better to break you than someone who knows exactly where to press? Marriages, relationships do not survive on love alone. They survive on respect, mutual interest, and a delicate balance of power. Passionate love is fire, but respect and shared utility are cement. Remember this, your partner can be your greatest asset or your most dangerous enemy. The difference lies in whether your interests remain aligned or if one day you become an obstacle in their path.
The one who shares your bed also holds the knife that can sink into your back.
Truth 7. Success attracts saboteurs, not allies. Every victory you celebrate sparks someone's envy. Your rise is someone else's fall. Your happiness is the reminder of another's misery. Your success is a mirror that multiplies the frustrations of others. And in that reflection, many don't see inspiration, they see humiliation. The friend who smiled when you were down now looks at you with resentment. The colleague who supported you when you were weak now whispers doubts about you when no one listens. Betrayal isn't always direct. Sometimes it's silence when you most needed support. Sometimes it's a poisoned comment at the exact moment. Sometimes it's just waiting, crouched, for you to stumble. Learn this. Your rise isolates you. The true price of success is not effort, it is loneliness. Truth 8. Your life is someone else's warning. While you suffer a breakup, someone learns what mistakes not to make in theirs. While you go bankrupt, someone notes what contracts never to sign. While you lose, others win, without moving. You are the protagonist of your story, yes, but you are also a cheap example in someone else's manual. Your pain is someone else's lesson. Your failure is another's vaccine. Cruel? Yes, but also inevitable. Never forget. Each of your mistakes is a free chapter in someone else's book. The question is, when will you start learning from others' mistakes instead of always paying with your own blood? Truth 9. The most moral voice hides the darkest secret. The one who shouts loudest about honesty often hides the biggest lie. The one who condemns others' temptations is often a slave to their own. The one who preaches purity almost always sells it in private. Psychology is clear. What we most condemn in others is what we cannot bear in ourselves. The politician who promotes family virtues is the first to be caught in scandal. The preacher who demands purity is the most vulnerable to secret addiction. Remember, the louder someone is about morality, the more you should suspect. True virtues are practiced in silence. The rest is just theater to cover rot. Truth 10. Your children will destroy your values. You think your children will inherit what you sacrificed your life to build. They will not. Biologically, psychologically, they must rebel to become themselves. The conservative raises the revolutionary. The revolutionary raises the conformist. The rigid spawns the libertine. Your children do not reject your values because they are wrong. They reject them because they are yours. Their identity must clash with yours to exist. And what hurts most, what you see as your legacy, they will see as your mistake. What you call sacred, they will call outdated. And when they become parents, they will suffer the same, because their children will see them as tyrants of the past. The cycle never ends. The question is not if they will betray you. The question is if you can endure the pain of seeing your life reinterpreted as a warning.
Children are not heirs of your faith, but its gravediggers.
Truth 11. Gratitude expires. Help someone once, and they will thank you. Help them twice, and they will start to expect it. Help them 10 times, and they will hate you for reminding them of their dependence. Human psychology is ruthless. What is repeated too much stops feeling like a gift and becomes an obligation. That friend you saved from financial ruin, at first they saw you as a savior, but when your help became routine, what they felt was no longer gratitude, but resentment. Why? Because no one can bear to see themselves weak in the mirror another holds up. Your constant help is that mirror. Instead of feeling blessed, they feel humiliated. And when they can no longer bear that humiliation, they will betray you. Remember, gratitude is valuable when it is scarce. Help is strategic when it leaves a mark, not when it becomes a crutch. Truth 12. Your trauma is someone else's business. Think of your darkest moments: grief, bankruptcy, betrayal, despair. Do you really believe everyone who appeared by your side was there to help you? Many were not angels. They were vultures. When you cried, they saw opportunity. When you were broken, they saw access. When you were desperate, they saw doors open that you would never have opened otherwise. The divorced are easy prey for the false savior. The bankrupt are cannon fodder for the scammer. The grieving are fertile ground for the spiritual charlatan. Your trauma is the gold mine of those who know how to exploit despair. And the most brutal part, they act calmly while you bleed. Never forget this. The weaker you are, the stronger those become who know how to exploit your fragility. Truth 13. Anyone can rise and oppress just the same. Revolutions promise equality, but they always end up creating a new elite. The oppressed of yesterday become the executioners of tomorrow. The communists who overthrew kings created parties where a few enjoyed royal privileges. The democracies that promised equality produced financial elites more powerful than any medieval monarch. Why? Because equality is an ideal, not a law of nature. Nature distributes unequally: energy, intelligence, ambition, luck. And those differences, multiplied over time, create inevitable hierarchies. Those who cry for justice today will be the ones enjoying the power they once criticized tomorrow. Oppression never dies. It only changes hands. Truth 14. Your identity is your prison. When you say, I would never lie, I will always be loyal, I will never abandon, you just handed over the keys to your cage. The people around you already know how to manipulate you. The loyal one stays even when destroyed. The honest one confesses even when they should stay silent. The just one falls into traps because they cannot bear to break their own principles. Your identity, what you think defines you, becomes the strongest chain that binds you. The most powerful are not those who proclaim, "This is who I am," but those who know how to mutate. Today they can be loyal, tomorrow cold. Today they can be gentle, tomorrow ruthless. They are not inconsistent, they are strategic. Do you want real freedom? Learn to move outside the box of your own identity. Truth 15. Cruelty can be true compassion. Society confuses kindness with goodness. The father who never corrects his son destroys him slowly. The teacher who passes students out of pity creates failures. The boss who avoids giving bad news condemns his team to mediocrity. The truth is brutal. Cruelty, at the right time, is the highest form of compassion. The surgeon who cuts without mercy saves a life. The coach who pushes you to the limit makes you strong. The leader who makes hard decisions today prevents catastrophe tomorrow. Remember this, not all pain is punishment. Sometimes pain is the only medicine, and sometimes being cruel is the only way to save what truly matters. Truth 16. Your reputation is worth more than your character. Your character is what you do in solitude. Your reputation is what others say about you when you are not in the room. And guess which weighs more in this world? Reputation. You can be honest to the bone, but if your reputation is that of a liar, no one will trust you. You can be brilliant, hard-working, disciplined, but if your reputation is that of a slacker, no one will give you a great mission. The world does not judge your essence. The world judges the mask others build from fragments of what they see of you. Protect your reputation like a treasure. Because when your reputation falls, your character no longer matters. Reputation opens doors that virtue will never touch.
Reputation opens doors that virtue will never touch.
Truth 17. Forgiving always is not virtue, it is weakness. They told you that forgiving always was noble, that enduring was strength, that forgetting was moving on. A lie. Forgiveness without limits is not love. It is fear disguised as virtue. The fear of loneliness, the fear of conflict, the fear of losing what was never truly yours. The one who always forgives trains others to trample them. The partner who forgives 10 infidelities teaches that fidelity is optional. The friend who forgives every betrayal proves that loyalty has no consequences. Forgiving once may be greatness. Forgiving always is self-annihilation. Truth 18. They will steal your best ideas. You spent sleepless nights. You poured sweat, passion, and soul into creating something unique. And just when you begin to shine, someone else is already copying it. Your ideas are not just yours. They are a feast on the opportunist's table. He watches, waits, learns from your mistakes, and then takes the applause with a colder, more calculated version of what you did with love. It is not fair, but it is real. The thief of ideas does not carry the weight of your passion. That is why he advances faster. Because he has no heart tied down, only calculation. Protect yourself, work in silence, and do not show your creation until it is impossible to catch up with you. Truth 19. Sometimes appearing weak is ultimate strength. The warrior who looks invincible awakens alliances against him. The one who seems weak is ignored, underestimated, and therefore survives. While others discard you, you listen. While they look down on you, you calculate. When the moment comes, their surprise is your victory. Machiavelli understood that power is not always displayed. Sometimes it is hidden. The one who seems like a lamb is often the wolf watching in silence. Invisibility is power. Being underestimated is your advantage. Truth 20. Your comfort zone is your condemnation. That cozy couch, that stable job, those safe routines. They seem like protection. In reality, they are a trap. Every day you choose comfort. Someone else chooses risk. And that person, in 10 years, will be your boss, your reference, or your relentless enemy. Comfort shrinks your world. What seemed like a small challenge yesterday, tomorrow will seem impossible, because your muscle of courage has atrophied. Every minute of comfort is an investment in mediocrity. Success does not belong to the one who sleeps peacefully, but to the one who learned to sleep with fire beneath his feet. The one who seeks security prepares his own ruin. Truth 21. Everyone has a price. There is no incorruptible human being. Some sell their silence for money, others trade their loyalty for recognition, and others, the most dangerous, bow only when you touch what they love most: a child, a reputation, a secret. The mistake is believing there are people who cannot be bought. It is not true. The only thing is that you have not yet discovered the exact currency. The incorruptible may not fall for gold, but they may fall for fear. The one who proclaims unshakable against riches trembles when someone threatens their honor. The one who despises jewels yields when faced with the fear of being forgotten. Remember, everyone has a price. Your power begins when you learn to read the hidden currency in each person. There is no incorruptible man, only coins not yet discovered. Truth 22. Good intentions build hells. How many times have you heard, "I only wanted to help"? And yet, that help left ruins. The father who overprotects his child steals their ability to endure pain. The friend who always rescues another turns them into a useless dependent. The boss who never demands excellence produces mediocrity in chains. Good intentions do not guarantee good results. In fact, they are often the perfect mask to cause harm without taking responsibility. Do not judge actions by what someone says they want. Judge them by what they produce, because cemeteries are full of people destroyed by hands that acted with a good heart. Truth 23. Timing is everything. You may be right. You may be brave. You may have the perfect strategy. But if your move comes a second too late, you are lost. Life does not reward the wisest. It rewards the one who understands the exact pulse of the moment. The same speech that opens every door today will sound old tomorrow. The investment that multiplies your money today will ruin you tomorrow. The declaration of love that conquers today will sound desperate tomorrow. Machiavelli warned, "The true strategist not only knows what to do, but when to do it. Timing is the invisible edge of every sword. Handle it well, it cuts for you. Ignore it, it cuts against you." Truth 24. If you don't decide, they decide for you. You think you make free decisions, but most of your choices were designed by someone else. When you go to a restaurant, you choose from a menu others wrote. When you accept a job, you choose from options someone prepared for you. Even in love, many times your decision is just a response to whoever appeared at the exact moment you were vulnerable. The greatest manipulation is not forcing you. It is making you believe you chose of your own free will. The only way out is to design your own menu, your own rules, your own paths, because whoever controls the options controls your destiny. Truth 25. Loyalty is almost never eternal. When you fail, people feel safe standing beside you. Your fall makes them feel strong, generous, even wise. That is when loyalty abounds. But when you rise, when you shine, when you achieve what they could not, loyalty turns into envy disguised. The same one who encouraged you in defeat now criticizes you in victory. The one who applauded your effort now finds excuses to minimize it. Loyalty, in most cases, lasts only as long as convenience, and when convenience changes, loyalty does too. That is why you should not trust words. Test your allies at your highest point, not at your lowest. Only then will you know who truly remains. Truth. 26. Your secrets control you. Every secret you hide is an invisible chain. You think you keep it in silence, but in reality, it keeps you. The secret limits your moves, your authenticity, even your freedom. It forces you to measure words, to avoid places, to distrust people. That energy you could use to create, you waste on hiding. Others sense it, even if they don't know what you hide. They notice your evasion, your nervousness, your contradictions. And that is where the real danger appears. Sooner or later, someone will use that secret against you. The free man is not the one with the most power, but the one who cannot be blackmailed. Truth. 27. Fortune smiles only on the prepared. Many believe success is a matter of luck, that someone was born in the right place, with the right people, at the right time. But luck, as we understand it, is a comfortable lie. Fortune visits the one who is prepared. The entrepreneur who seems to succeed overnight spent 10 years practicing in the dark. The warrior who wins the battle in a single strike trained that same move thousands of times. Machiavelli said it, "Audacity without preparation is suicide, and preparation without audacity is stagnation." Only the combination of both opens the doors others call miracle. Do not wait for luck, build it. Truth. 28. Everyone needs a master. Modern arrogance says, "I am self-taught, I can do it alone." But the truth is different. Every powerful man had a master. The apprentice of arms needs a veteran to show him where to strike. The young thinker needs a sage to teach him which questions matter. The one who wants to conquer needs someone to wake him with harshness and teach him the real game of power. A master does not only give you knowledge, he saves you years of mistakes, confronts your ego, and forces you to advance where you could never go alone. The one who walks alone may go fast. The one guided by a master may go far. Truth. 29. You change the game when you decide not to play. Most people live trapped in invisible competitions. Who has more money? Who looks happier on social media? Who gathers more victories, applause, status? But here is the brutal secret. True power comes when you reject those rules, when you decide that others' success no longer defines yours. At that moment, you break the illusion of the board. The one who tried to humiliate you with his wealth loses the weapon. The one who sought to manipulate you with beauty no longer has control. The one who wanted to see you suffer from envy ends up talking to himself. You don't always win by playing better. Sometimes you win by refusing to play. Truth. 30. Death gives meaning to life. Most fear speaking of it, as if ignoring it would push it away. But it is the opposite. Only by remembering your end do you discover the true weight of each moment. If you were eternal, each day would mean nothing. If you never lost anyone, you would never cherish company. If opportunities were infinite, there would never be urgency to seize them. Death is the great editor. It cuts, selects, forces you to prioritize. And that is why it gives meaning. The legacy of the greats was not born of wanting to live forever. It was born from understanding that time is short, and only extraordinary actions survive oblivion. Do not curse death, thank it, because without it, your life would be irrelevant. Truth. 31. Sharing power is losing power. Power is not like bread, which can be divided and still feed. Power, when shared, dilutes. Every time you give away key decisions, every time you hand authority to another, you become less master of your own destiny. Collaboration seems noble, democratic, humane. But Machiavelli knew that too many hands on the wheel lead to shipwreck. Strong decisions need a single responsible hand. When power is divided, disputes arise, delays spread, weakness appears, and in that opening, enemies strike. Hear this well, seek advice, but make the decision yourself. Truth 32, the powerful right history. What you did, what you achieved, what you were, all will be told by others, and those others obey whoever rules. The hero of one era can be the tyrant of the next. The villain of today can be tomorrow's martyr. Your actions do not change. What changes is who holds the pen. Machiavelli understood. It is not enough to live intensely. You must control the narrative, because whoever controls the official version of the past shapes the future. If you do not write your story, your enemy will. Truth 33. Knowledge without action is entertainment. Here is the final and darkest revelation. Knowledge is useless if you do not act. You can hear these truths, nod, feel inspired, and go back tomorrow to live as you did yesterday. If you do that, all this will be nothing but pastime. Another fun fact stored in your memory. But if you take just one of these truths and apply it with discipline, you will have already changed the course of your life. The difference between the wise and the fool is not what they know. It is what they do with what they know. Now you know. Your secrets, your time, your reputation, your legacy, your power, all can play against you or in your favor. Machiavelli did not write to be admired. He wrote so you could survive. The world does not forgive naivety. The world does not reward goodness without strategy. You have two paths. Keep sleeping, hoping life will be fair, or open your eyes and use these truths as weapons. Remember, intelligence without strategy is a curse. Goodness without limits is slavery. And knowledge without action is defeat. The final question is simple. Will you be a spectator in the game of power, or a player?